Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Oh my gosh, I love Sundays so much. I'm actually glad that I said happy Sunday. Well, I guess I usually do say what day of the week it is on here. Happy Sunday, happy Tuesday. But I just finished last night, The Comfort of Crows, and who was texting me? And there was something that I wanted to remember from the book about Sundays. And since I said happy Sunday, it just reminded me of that. But we'll get to that in just a second. Happy Sunday. How are you guys doing today? So we just got back from brunch about 45 minutes ago. Well, about 40 minutes ago. It is currently 4:24 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. I was going to sit outside, but it's really cold outside. It's like 30, 35. Actually, let's look up the weather right now. I think it's like 35 degrees outside is what it said in Alex's car when we came back. Indianapolis. Hold on a second. There. Okay. It is currently, it's 36 degrees outside. It's pretty. It's a sunny day, but it's very, very cold outside. So we got up today late and we went to brunch. Alex was like, he kept on saying, I'm so hungry today. He usually brings home his Cuban. But today we had such a great brunch. We were just like laughing with all of our friends that, work there and stuff. And there's other couples that go there. I don't know. It was just like, it was such a good brunch. We saw so many people, and Alex and I were like telling each other stories, and we were laughing. It was really, really fun. So we went to brunch. I got the coffee. So my coffee for the day, which is double cupped because it was so hot when I put it in here. The coffee for the day today is Snickerdoodle. It's very, very good. I actually was having this whole conversation with one of our friends about, I said, how do you guys pick which coffee you put out for the day, like which flavor? And she was like, it's just completely like random. I said, oh, well, that must, why like on Halloween they don't have like pumpkin spice, they have like blueberry cream or something like that. And she was laughing and she's like, well, what's your favorite? And I said, well, blueberry is my favorite. I said, but she was like, is there one that you like more than the other or whatever? I said, no, I like blueberry. I said, I like all of them. I like that when you come, like you get to go to the little coffee bar by yourself. So they have like a whole bar set up there. And so they have like a flavored coffee of the day, and then they always have like the Patachu regular blend and then the Patachu decaf blend because we go to Cafe Patachu. And they have like mugs all over here. It's like on this like hanging thing, and then to the side they have like creamer and they have like, Splenda and sugar and things like that. So you can just like, you go up there and make your own coffee. They don't bring the coffee to you. And I love that, right? And so I said, I just kind of like get excited about seeing what the coffee is for the day, And so she was like, well, are there some that you like more than others? And I said, it's interesting because I kind of go through phases where sometimes I really like flavored coffee and sometimes I really don't love flavored coffee. Like if I'm at home, At home, I typically just like kind of more of a regular flavored coffee, like a gas station coffee kind of thing, But like when I go to a restaurant like Cafe Patachu for brunch, like I think it's fun to find out like, what the flavor is going to be for the day and whatever. And I said, the only one that you guys have that I don't like is Highlander Grog. And she was like, oh my God, that's my favorite. And I said, Highlander Grog is your favorite? But I said, it's not really a flavored coffee. And she said, I think it's kind of butterscotch-ish. I'm glad I'm saying this because I wanted to look it up and see because I have never noticed that Highlander Grog has a Highlander Grog flavor. I want to see if it says it has a butterscotch flavor on here because I've never noticed that before. She goes, don't you think it has kind of a butterscotch flavor? I was like, I don't know. Oh my God, it says enjoy the perfect blend of caramel, butterscotch, and hazelnut. I have never noticed that before. I just felt like it was just like, I don't know what I thought. I just thought it was like kind of some regular, as much coffee as I drink, you would think that I would know something like that, but I didn't. Anyway, so we had such a fun, they were all at, they know that like I make videos on YouTube and they had all watched like they've kept up with the Fox Hollow videos and stuff like that. I mean, Fox Hollow Farms is something that's like a huge story in Indianapolis. And since the documentary has come out, like literally everybody is talking about it. One of our friends that works there, she was telling us that, so she lives in Noblesville, and she was like, and a lot of the scenes that are shot in the documentary take place like on the square in Noblesville. They even show this like bar restaurant called Sid's, which is supposed to be known as like the best tenderloin in the state. They show it like on the corner. They show Sid's bar. And what's funny about it is, so a lot of the meetings that I go to are in that area. And and have been for years and years and years. And so there's kind of a joke in that area. People will like the old timers that have been like sober, you know, longer than me, like 40, 50 years. Sid's has been open forever. So they'll say things to people like, you know, like, did you have your last drink at Sid's and stuff like that. It's kind of like this ongoing joke of this place. And then when like the 4 years that I didn't go to meetings and I came back and I was going to meetings like twice a day, I actually became friends because at that time I was going to like a clubhouse where there was like, you know, people were coming to the same meetings every day. And a lot of the people were like, had under a year sober. So they were going to like, you know, a lot of meetings every single day and stuff like that. So I got to know a lot of people that were like in their first year or two of sobriety. And this one woman that I became really, really close friends with, and we would like, I've talked about the story before, but we would like hang out together and stuff like that. And so I can remember one day we were like leaving the meeting. She would have had like 8 or 9 months sober at the time. God, how long does she have now? I don't know. I mean, she got sober like 6 months before I came back going to meetings again. So I don't know how long that's been. 13 years. She's probably got something like that. But anyway, I still joke with her about this because I can remember this one time she was like, she really wanted a tenderloin. And everybody will tell you that like Sid's has the best tenderloin in town. And she was like, are you spiritually fit enough to go to Sid's? I mean, Sid's is a bar. Like when you go in there, it's like a long bar and there's like little tables and stuff like that. But it's more of a bar than it is a restaurant. And I remember her asking me, and she's like, do you think you're spiritually fit enough to go to Sid's, like to go to a bar? Like do you have enough of a spiritual foundation? I thought it was kind of a strange question. Like I had never really been like asked that before by somebody in recovery, you know? And I was like, yeah, I'm totally good. And then I remember we went and it was like closed. So she didn't get her tenderloin. I don't remember where we went to eat that day, but anyway, I can't even tell you the last time that I went to Sid's. I don't even remember. We used to, on Tuesday nights, before our home group, there was like 8 or 10 of us that would go to this Mexican restaurant in Noblesville. It's like right before you get into Noblesville, and it was called, I think it was called El Camino, and we would go there like every like Tuesday night before our home group, and it ended up closing down. I think that's what it's called. I should text Tanya, but I think if let's look it up and see. El Camino, Noblesville. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, here it is. Mexican restaurant El Camino to close after nearly 25 years. Yeah, it's on Pleasant Street in Noblesville. So anyway, so everybody was like asking, they were like, had all watched my video, and then of course they wanted to, you know, like all this, you know, the source information and stuff like that, and they were like asking me like, what do you think about this and what do you think about that? And so yeah, it was fun. We had a good lunch. But it's interesting in Indianapolis. I've had so many people reach out to me, and because they know like how interested I am in the case and stuff like that in Indianapolis. I mean, my Facebook literally is just flooded with people like posting the poster, not of my video, but like of the documentary, posting the poster and being like, oh my God, like, has anybody seen this? Like, I grew up with this story, and everybody like in Indianapolis is talking about it. Like everybody in Indianapolis. I mean, it's like the hottest topic on like Facebook of people in Indianapolis. Oh, this is what my friend was saying that lives in Noblesville. She said that like they were posting about it on her like Nextdoor app and stuff like that, about the documentary, and that people are like, who knew who from this documentary and all this kind of stuff. And so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I'm like in my head because I told you guys the other day that I talked to the coroner, and he said that I could talk to him a couple times now. I've talked to him actually, and he was like, you know, I gave him the names and numbers of my sources, and I know that he's spoken to them extensively over periods of days. And so, you know, hopefully there will be some kind of like, you know, resolution to, hopefully they'll find something. I know that they have a new DNA match. If you guys did not know that, that's new news that's come out. They have a new DNA match that they have found because of somebody that came forward after the documentary went out, supposedly. That somebody reached out to them about a DNA match. So they think they have a new DNA match for one of the victims out there, which is fantastic. I mean, that alone, for the purpose of the documentary coming out, the fact that there's like, you know, at least some closure for family members to know what happened to their loved ones, I think that that's so great. But anyway, yeah, if you didn't watch when I talked about it the other day, the coroner reached out to me. I actually didn't reach out to him. He reached out to me, and he had, like, watched my reaction video, and then he had watched, like, all of my videos about it. And he was like, I asked him, I said, can I mention it on video that I talked to you? He's like, yeah, absolutely. He's just like, please don't, you know, tell the details of what we talked about. And so, so he was super, super nice. I shared this in the video the other day, but he was so nice. And at the end of our conversation, he was like, I'm really sorry for how the gay community was treated in Indianapolis at the time. It just was, I mean, he is just such a genuine soul. Really, really neat guy, really nice guy. But Alex hasn't watched it. So when we were sitting there talking, people were like asking Alex what he thought about it. And he's like, I haven't watched a documentary. Alex doesn't like to watch documentaries. So, but brunch was really good. And then, so Alex he was so hungry. He's like, I don't know why I'm so hungry. He had a bowl of the turkey chili. He actually asked me, he was like, do you know, because like halfway through the year, they switch out the turkey chili for, I can't remember what the soup is that they change it out for. So the turkey chili is like September or October through like winter. And then they switch it to some soup that Alex doesn't like. When they switch it, they like all year round, they have I think it's tomato artichoke or something like that they have every single day. And so, or tomato basil or something like that. So he'll have that after the chili's gone. But he loves the turkey chili there so much. So he's like asking the manager, he's like, when is your last day that you have it? Because when I know that it's gonna be like the last day, he's like, I want to get like a huge container of it to bring home. He's gonna buy a huge container of it to bring home so he can have some of it at home, which is sweet. So I might surprise him this week and DoorDash a huge container of it for him. So Sarah's sister, Alex's friend Sarah, her sister loves the coconut cream so much, and so does Sarah, that like whenever we go to brunch with her, like she'll always like buy, because you can buy the ground coffee or the beans there, and so she always buys the coconut cream, or sometimes she'll call ahead and have it like ready, you know, because like to make sure that they have it, and then she'll get it for her sister and she'll send it to her sister. But yeah, so anyway, we went to brunch. He had a Coke today. He's kind of like off the coffee he drinks coffee all week at work. I think that's part of it. So he got a Coke today, and then he got a Coke to take home. And then he had a bowl of turkey chili with all these, the bowl of, he's always like, if we get a new server, he's like, I need a gross amount of croutons. The croutons are like French bread that's like cut up. He loves the croutons there. So we got that, and then he got the Cuban. And he ate like he goes, I don't know why I'm so hungry. He usually eats like the chili, and then he'll eat like 2 bites of the Cuban and bring the rest of it home. He ate all of it today. He's like, I don't know why I'm so hungry. And then I got the Fat Rabbit with chips, and I ate half the Fat Rabbit, and I had like a cup of coffee there, and then I brought the coffee home. And then after that, he was like, do you need to run anywhere? And I was like, no, I don't really have anywhere to run. And then he was like, what are you going to do when you go home? And I said, I'm going to vlog as soon as I get home because I want to finish some of these books before tomorrow, because I'm trying to go into like tomorrow with all of my February books done, which will happen because I'm almost there. And he was like, okay. He was like, so I said, I'm going to vlog as soon as I get home. And so he was like, okay. He was like, I was like, are you just going to take a nap or something? He's like, well, I was going to maybe stop by my friend's house. I was like, just go, babe. I said, because I'm going to probably vlog for like an hour and a half. And then when I'm uploading it, I'm going to, like listen to this audiobook that I started last night, which we'll get to in just a second. And I said that I want to finish this graphic novel and then start get my books ready for tomorrow. I have all my videos already figured out for tomorrow. My drama video, I already have like outlined and everything. So I'm ready to go for tomorrow for waking up and making videos. I've got my review video, my Peter Does Stuff video. I've got it all like right here. I've got all these notes. So I feel very prepared to go into tomorrow. I made a list last night of current booktube videos that I want to make. I made a list last night of like all these videos that I want to make. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see this text in case it's something that I need to know. Nope, it's just somebody sending me memes and things. Okay, so I made a list last night of videos this week. I actually need to change the date on it because I have 2/17 on there. So tomorrow will be 3/3. Oh, you know what? It's tonight the Oscars. Tonight's the Oscars, right? I don't know that I'm going to watch it. I'm almost positive. Didn't I look this up yesterday? Isn't tonight the Oscars? Hold on a second. 2025. You know, it's so weird that I don't know this. Alex and I were just talking about this in the car. Yeah, it's tonight from 7 to 10. Tanya asked me, she was like, do you want to come over and watch the Oscars? And I said, I'd love to come over and see you. I said, but I don't know that I really care about the Oscars. And she's like, well, you can come over tonight if you want to. I told Alex, he's like, yeah, go over there if you want to. I don't know that I don't know, like, I feel weird about it this year. I don't know. Okay, so this was going to sound so strange to anybody out there, but, like, it's kind of like how the State Fair is for me. I have a real emotional attachment to the Academy Awards. You know, I've shared little stories and stuff of, like, growing up as a kid. I don't really, like, the Academy Award night was like a holiday for me growing up. I mean, even into adulthood, like, to the year before my mom passed away, it was like a holiday. I mean, I grew up, it was a big night. Like, my mom would make a fancy dinner on the Oscar night, you know, or, like, order in, like, Chinese food or something like that, and she always would get dressed nice. I mean, it was a huge night, like, the Oscar night. She'd have friends over sometimes. I mean, it's always been, like, such a big deal in my life. I think it was, like, the year after my mom passed away, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't watch the Academy Awards. I would have to go in and look and see what year that was to see who won, because I could probably tell you I didn't watch the Academy Awards that year. Oscars 2009, which would have been the year. Let's see who won. Oh, you know what? It's the guy that won for Milk. Maybe I just had it on the background or something. The guy that's Dustin Lance Black. See, I don't know if I did watch it. Actor in a leading role, Sean Penn, Milk. Yeah, I don't... Benjamin Button, I feel like I watched later. I remember that year, because I remember Mickey Rourke being up for... maybe I just had it on in the background or something, but I wasn't, like, really into it. Who won Best Actress that year? Heath Ledger won for Dark Knight. Kate Winslet for The Reader. Yeah, see, I didn't watch any of these movies that year. Rachel Getting Married, Changeling, Frozen River, Doubt, Penelope Cruz, Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Alex loves that movie. I've never seen it. Amy Adams, Doubt. Oh, I remember Doubt coming out. Was Philip Seymour Hoffman nominated for that? Because that was... Philip Seymour Hoffman was nominated, yeah. It's so sad. A lot of these actors are gone now. Viola Davis was in Doubt? I don't remember that. Meryl Streep, did she get nominated for an Academy Award for that? Actress in a leading role. Meryl Streep, Doubt, yeah. Yeah, I only saw a couple of these movies. So, like, after my mom passed away, like, that year, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do the Academy Awards. It just felt too emotional for me, you know? I remember the year... So, my mom passed in May. So, this May will be, what, 17 years? My mom passed in May, and then I can remember that... So, Alex and I started dating in August, the end of August. So, that Thanksgiving... I can remember we went to his... I thought, like, that was, like, the first big holiday since my mom had passed away, other than my birthday. So I thought that that would be, like, a really hard day for me. But we went to his aunt and uncle's first, and I think we went to his aunt and uncle's or his mom's. I can't remember, but I was fine. Like, I just was, like, I don't remember where I think it was his aunt and uncle's, but I was, like, fine that day. I just didn't... I don't know. I just... You know, it's interesting, like, when you look at grief, because it's not... How you think it's going to be is not how it is, you know? I always talk about how it's so different with, like, each situation, each person, things like that. Like, I mean, that was my first... I mean, I had other people that had passed, friends like that, even family members, but that was my first experience with somebody that was, like, that close to me in my life. And so I think the way that I thought it was going to be... You know, I had people that just had, like, complete, like, you know, breakdowns over holidays with parents and things like that had passed away. And, you know, it was interesting because one of Caroline's friends that she was in Mexico with, that I'm really close with as well, her son passed away 7 years ago. And the whole situation, it was just, like, it was not a cause of anything. It just was this bizarre situation that happened. And, you know, we were talking about grief on the trip, and, you know, I was kind of asking her experience. I think, I cannot even imagine that there is any worse experience than losing a child. I think it's incomparable to anything else, and I'll never experience that, obviously. So I don't know what that feeling's like. But she was really open with me and talking about it. And we were talking about, like, navigating grief. And she's like, you know, because I have had other friends of mine that have lost children that were around that age. I think he was 19 when he passed away. And so I was telling her, I said, you know, I have friends of mine that are in support groups if you want me to get connected with it. I have, like, a friend of mine who's, like, in a dad's group that it's, like, all dads who have lost kids. And I have friends of mine that are in, like, mom's groups and stuff like that. And And it's interesting because like I know a few that have lost children from drugs and alcohol, but the majority of them is not from that way. And so we were talking about that. We were talking about like navigating grief, and like there's no navigation to grief because grief is so different. Like it looks so different every single time to whatever situation. Anyway, what I'm getting to is that you never really know what to expect from grief. Like one of the things that I always say is that you think it's going to be I thought it was going to be these big moments, like just showing up for Thanksgiving or Christmas would be like, oh my God, my mom's not here, Like Caroline and I still talk a little bit, not this year, we really didn't so much talk about our moms, but it's like a song will come on the radio, or like, it's so weird, like every once in a while, like I'll walk in the house and I'll like smell something that reminds me of my mom, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Or it's just like, something will happen. Like this is the hardest thing I think with grief, even 17 years later, but even with like friends of mine that I've lost just in the last couple of years, something that will happen that I would reach out and call them about. And like with my mom, the phone was the hardest thing, in all honesty. Not being able to hear her voice, but more than that, it was like, I would think something, then I'd be like, oh, I should tell mom, and then it was like after that. But Thanksgiving, so, with all these books and stuff, I don't know, my experience of dealing with grief is that the two things I tell people is no grief looks exactly like to somebody else's, so you can't judge it and you can't really tell somebody how to navigate it. You just have to let them feel it. And I always tell people, don't deny your feelings, allow yourself to sit in it. That's what worked for me. I don't know, maybe that wouldn't work for somebody else, but that's what worked for me. But Thanksgiving, we went to Alex's aunts or moms, I can't remember. I mean, this is coming up on 17 years ago, And, I mean, it was 16 and a half years ago, exactly. I mean, that's kind of crazy when I think about it. Alex and I were talking about that last night I was like, can you believe it? We've been together 16 years. He's like, it's a really long time. I was like, we've been together for a really long time. Some friends that we know, we found out that they're like getting divorced, and, but both of them, like, we met them when they were with other people before. And it's like, this is like their second marriage and they're getting divorced. And it's like, I mean, there's literally only like 2 couples or 3 couples that we know from when we first like met and started hanging out together. We like knew a lot of people, a lot of couples back then. I mean, we're like one of like 3 couples that are still together. It's crazy. I mean, all these weddings we've gone to, double dates, like parties at their houses. I mean, it's just, it's strange when you look back on that. These people don't even talk anymore. Some of them live in other states. But anyway, that Thanksgiving, I keep on saying this. So Alex and I went to like his aunt's house or his mom's house first or something like that. I can't remember. And then afterwards we went to Caroline's. And I remember when we pulled up, this is where I talk about like you can't navigate it because you don't really know what to expect. Caroline's stepson at the time would have been, I don't remember how old he was, but this is her stepson that's married, and he and his wife are always there. So his wife is, he's Alex's age. Is that right? Hold on a second. Yeah, he's Alex's age. He's a year older than Alex. No, he's a year younger than Alex. And his wife is, like, she's 2 years younger than me. So anyway, so, like, at the time, like, he needed a new car or something, and my mom had a Saturn, and I didn't want this car, obviously, and so I, like, sold him the car. You can sell somebody a car, like, for $1 or whatever to change the title and whatever, and so I had done that because the car was in great shape. Actually, my mom had bought it from Caroline's dad years before, and so I ended up selling him that car. Well, at that time, there weren't a lot of still Saturns around, like, it was like this black 4-door Saturn, and my mom loved that car. She loved that Saturn so much. And so, I can remember when we pulled up, it was sitting out in front. Well, other times that I pulled up to Caroline's, like when I would meet my mom there, it was in the exact same spot. And I just lost it completely. I was like, my mom should be here. I was like, why isn't she here? And I just was like inconsolable for like a half an hour or something. It just was really hard because I didn't expect to see her car there, The Oscars are very similar to that to me. I mean, it's been so long now that I don't have that kind of emotional response to things anymore. But I also don't have, your interests change over time. I don't really I used to love all award shows. I don't really love all award shows anymore. The only ones I really like are the Oscars. I like to look at the dresses and the outfits and all that kind of stuff, but honestly, not as much as I used to. I would rather binge watch a show than watch all that today. Unless I'm really in to all the movies. And I don't know any of the movies that are out this year. Like, I looked at the list the other day when I was vlogging. I don't know any of the movies that are out this year. And so I told Alex today in the car, I said, the Oscars are on. He's like, are you wanting to watch something tonight? And I was like, well, the Oscars are on. I said, but I think I'm going to, because I was telling him that White Lotus is on tonight. And I said, oh, and the Oscars are on. I said, but I think I might skip them. He was like, you're going to skip the Oscars? And I was like, I know. I said, I just don't. No, I don't really have a desire to watch them this year. I said, but I think next year, and he goes, you're going to watch all the movies like you did the first year after your mom passed, or the year after your mom passed away. And I said, yeah, I think I'm going to, I don't know what year it was, year or two after my mom passed away, 3 years. I went and saw all the movies at the Academy Awards. I can tell you exactly what year it is, how many years after it was, because I can remember. It was the year, oh, was it 2013? So I guess it was, so Oscars after would have been 9. So 2013, I watched all of the movies that year. Look, we're going to put in 2013, and I can tell you, I watched almost like every single movie that year. It was so much fun. I remember I took like Thursday and Friday off, and I just went to the movie theater all day long. Alex and I, that previous Sunday, I feel like without even looking, we saw Lincoln and Argo in the movie theater, and then Thursday and Friday, I went and I saw like 4 movies each day by myself. And then Tanya and I went and saw Django Unchained that night. And then we went and saw, I think, Les Mis or something another night if it was that year. I ended up watching all of the movies that year. Let's look and see what the movies were. Okay, and see if I'm right about the movies. The Impossible was my favorite movie from that year. Okay, let's see where the actor in a leading role. Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln. Silver Linings Playbook. Loved it. Les Mis. The Master. Why don't I remember The Master? No, this wouldn't have been the year. Or was it? Maybe this wasn't the year. I mean, a lot of the movies were up, but I feel like maybe this wasn't the year that I watched all of it. Because I don't remember watching The Master by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Argo was on here. Zero Dark 30. Beasts of the Southern Wild. I remember watching that movie with Tanya. That's about what do you call it? I remember the year because he was nominated. It was about the hurricane in New Orleans. The Impossible with Naomi Watts, Les Mis. Maybe this wasn't the year. Let's look up. Now I'm intrigued to see what year it would have been. 2012. It was whatever year it was. I watched literally every movie. Well, it wasn't that year because I didn't see any of those movies. 2012. I didn't see any of those movies. So that must have been another year that I didn't watch the Academy Awards. Let's look at 2011. I feel like I took a couple of years off from watching anything. Yeah, like most of these, Social Network I knew. Winter's Bone. Oh my God, that is one of the best movies ever. King's Speech, Black Swan. I mean, I saw some of these movies, but I didn't watch all of them. What year was it? What year would it have been that I watched literally every movie? Single Man with Colin Firth. I watched that like years later. So you can go to the Academy Award thing and you can see on here, it'll tell you like every year. So here's 2009. That was the year after my mom passed away. We just looked at this, didn't we? No, I watched Milk, but I don't remember. Okay. So 14. What would have been 2014? Maybe that was the year. No. I don't know what year. I mean, I've seen most of those movies. Dallas Buyers Club, Nebraska, Wolf of Wall Street, Blue Jasmine. Yeah. Osage County. August of Osage County. That movie was so good. I watched most of these movies. How do I remember that Nebraska movie? Was that with Bruce Dern? Bruce Dern. Yeah, it was with Bruce Dern. How do I remember this movie? It's about this guy that like... Oh, Tanya and I watched that movie. Anyway, I don't remember, but there was one year... I don't know how I can't remember which year it was, but there was one year that I literally watched like every movie that had come out for the Academy Awards. But ever since my mom's passed away, I've kind of had like a weird relationship with the Academy Awards. I know that sounds strange. I just don't have the same interest that I did. It's like the year after my mom passed away, we were going to go to it would have been 2000, the fair for 2009. That was something my mom and I always did. And I would tell, Alex stories about like, oh, my mom and I used to always go to the state fair when I was growing up as a kid. We went as I was an adult. It was like this thing that we did together. And so Alex was like, I can remember that year, he was like, do you want to go? Oh my God, I was at the 30-minute mark when I was messing with the camera almost. So he was like, do you want to go to the state fair? And I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. And I remember we went, and I just didn't have the same reaction. I mean, we had a fun time, but I just didn't have the same reaction to it. I remember we went with our friend Brittany that married us. I didn't have the same kind of feeling towards it. I don't know. It's like some of those things like, so I told him today in the car, I said, I think next year, first of all, a lot of the movies that are up this year, I'm really not that interested in seeing anyway. So I told him, I said, but I will say, didn't I do it just a couple years ago? I watched all of them a couple years ago. Do you guys remember that? But there was a different time that I did it. What was that year that I watched them all online? Now, okay, this is going to drive me crazy. Academy Award nominations. I remember that was just a couple years ago. See, I forgot about that kind of. Okay. 2021. Wasn't that year? I haven't even heard of some of those movies. 2020. No. 2022. That was right after the accident. I did watch some of these movies, but I don't remember so much. 2023. That was the year that I watched it. So actor, Brendan Fraser for The Whale. 2023 was the year that Nikki's texting me. Oh, she's just got a headache. Her head's been pounding all day long. The Whale with Brendan Fraser, so good. Austin Butler for Elvis. Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin. Paul Mescal for After Sun. That was such a bizarre movie. Living with Bill Nighy. Actor in a supporting role. Oh, that was the year that Everything Everywhere All at Once won. I watched literally every single one of these movies. The Fabelmans. Oh, that Tar with Cate Blanchett. That was about, I forgot about that conductor. Blonde. Oh, To Leslie. Oh my God, the movie about the alcoholic. See, I'm like forgetting. That was so good. The Fabelmans was good. Oh, Alex and I watched Black Panther Wakanda Forever because Angela Bassett was nominated that year. What were the other movies that... I feel like I always watch the ones that... So I watch... Usually if I'm going to watch them, I watch actor, supporting actor, actress, supporting actress. And then I watch Best Picture, directing. I remember that was the year that Everything Everywhere All at Once took... Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis won, didn't she? For Best Supporting Actress? Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah. And then directing, yep. I'm trying to see if there was something. I should go back at some of these like documentary feature films and I should go back and watch some of these. I feel like I did that year, watch a couple of them. Maybe I didn't. But then the screenplay and the adapted screenplay are the ones that I really care about the most too. As, because like I always went, that was the dream of my, Best Picture. Oh my God, All Quiet on the Western Front, that was on Netflix. That was really, really good. And that is not a movie that I typically would like because I don't love those war movies. Oh, Avatar, The Way of Water. Top Gun Maverick, hated it. I remember we went and saw it with Melissa and Jason and Aaron and Eric and another couple that we're friends with. I hated that movie. Oh my God, that was the year that Women Talking was nominated. And I loved that movie so much. Oh, that was so good. Why am I not remembering this movie, Triangle of Sadness? Maybe I watched all of them but that one. I think I watched all of them that you could... Now, why do I feel like I did watch this one? It's on a cruise ship. Maybe it just didn't affect me that greatly. I feel like I did watch that one. Anyway, I don't remember. Okay. It must not have impacted me that greatly. Where are we? Oh, writing. Here it is. Oh, Women Talking did win that year. Sarah Polley. She was the director of that, and she wrote the screenplay as well. All Quiet on the Western Front. Oh, Glass Onion, Knives Out mystery. Love those. Living. Top Gun Maverick. Original screenplay. Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was the year that it just took the Oscars. Now, see, I'm kind of getting excited to watch the Oscars. Maybe I should just a little bit. But I don't know any of the movies. So I don't know that I really care. Do I care about any of the actors? That would be the question. Let's see if there's anybody that I care that's up. Adrian Brody. Oh, Tanya and I were talking about this the other night. She said The Brutalist was really, really good. Tanya's watched a couple of them. Because she was asking me about Pamela Anderson and The Last Showgirl. Adrian Brody I like. Timothy Chalamet I could care less about. Coleman Domingo. Love Coleman Domingo. Ralph Fiennes. My mom really liked him. I don't really care much about him. Sebastian Stan. I have no idea who that is. Actor in a support. Should I know who Sebastian Stan is? Oh, here, they're pulling him up right here. Has he been in anything that I know? He looks familiar to me. Anyway. Okay. Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. See, I can hear it in my head. I should be the one. Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. Should I be? See, I should win an Oscar just so that I can be on the next year. You know, I can announce them. Is that an autobiography? Why did I read something that's like, or is that Macaulay Culkin? Yeah, what is his name? It's like an autobiography. Is that true? A Real Pain. Why did I hear something about this being autobiographical? One of the best films of the year. Oh, now I kind of want to watch it. Is A Real Pain movie sad? Yes, A Real Pain is considered a sad movie despite having comedic elements. Okay, no, it's not. It says it's about two cousins that go to Poland together. Okay, I don't know. They're saying he's maybe opted to win, so we'll see. Edward Norton, Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce, The Brutalist. I love Guy Pearce so much. I feel like I went through these before already. Okay, actress in a leading role. Cynthia Erivo. People are going to go, oh, wait a second. Okay, actress in a leading role. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. Carla Sofia Gaskin, Amelia Perez. Mikey Madison, Honora. Demi Moore for The Substance. Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro, Ariana Grande, Felicity Jones, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, Zoe Saldana. Okay, do you get me to give you my predictions? Here, we should write my predictions down, should we? I haven't seen one of these movies. Let's write the predictions down. Okay. Because people are going to go crazy when Ariana Grande and whatever her name is, Cynthia Erivo don't win. Actor in a leading role. Actor in a leading role. Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet, Coleman Domingo. We're going to put one actor. Coleman Domingo, Ralph Fiennes, Sebastian Stan. I want to say Adrian Brody or Coleman Domingo. What's my gut telling me? My gut's telling me The Brutalist is going to take it this year. I don't know why. I'm going to say Adrian Brody. Okay, I love Coleman Domingo, though, from Fear the Walking Dead. He's somebody that really turned his career. Okay, actor in a supporting role. Okay, Yura Borisov, Honora. I think that's another one that's going to take it. A Real Pain, Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce, The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. Well, originally I said Honora is going to be another one that's going to take it. So I'm going to go with Yura Borisov. I don't know anything about these movies. But I will tell you, I was really thinking Guy Pearce or Kieran Culkin. So there's, okay, actress in a leading role. 3, actress. This is so fun, isn't it? I don't even know. Cynthia Erivo, she won't win. Carla Sofia Gaskin for Amelia Perez. Mikey Madison for Honora. Demi Moore for The Substance. Fernando Torres for I'm Still Here. I feel like it's going to be Carla Sofia Gaskin for Amelia Perez or Demi Moore for The Substance. Does the Academy often, like with Julia Roberts and people like that, I feel like they're going to give it to Demi Moore. I'm going to say Demi Moore. Okay, actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro, Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande, Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave, Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. I'm going between Felicity Jones for The Brutalist and Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. I love Isabella Rossellini, but I'm going to say Felicity Jones. Okay. Okay, director. Are you guys making your lists? Honora, Sean Breaker, The Brutalist, Brady Corbett, A Complete Unknown, James Mangold, Amelia Perez, Jacques Audiard, The Substance, Coralie, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I'm going to say The Brutalist, Brady Corbett. And usually who wins Best Director wins, what's the Best Documentary Feature Films? Have we heard of any of them? No. Usually the one that wins Best Director wins Best Picture. I do think Wicked will win Original Score. Best Picture. Okay, The Brutalist, Honora. Oh shit. I just cussed. Okay. Best Picture. Honora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked. You know what's gonna be crazy is, I don't think The Brutalist is gonna take Best Picture. I think it's gonna be something crazy that's gonna happen. It's gonna be like Wicked or Dune Part 2. I don't know why. I'm gonna go Best Picture. I don't know why I keep on looking between Amelia Perez and I'm Still Here. Is The Brutalist nominated? Yeah. I'm actually going to go with Honora for Best Picture. So we'll see. There it is. Adrian Brody, Yura Borisov, Demi Moore, Felicity Jones, director The Brutalist, and Honora for Best Picture. I have no idea about any of those movies. I'm probably wrong on every single one of them. We haven't even gotten to the candle yet. What is this? Peter's predictions. Don't gamble. Don't gamble, by the way. On the Oscars. Okay, but anyway, yeah, like it's, you know, it's I don't know, that's kind of how grief works. I feel like I've been talking about this forever. I'm not as interested in the Academy Awards. Oh, this is what I was going to say. But I told Alex in the car, I said, but next year, he goes, you're going to watch all the movies. I do think next year I'm going to watch all the movies. Okay, so I brought in driftwood today. I just brought some candle because last night I went through my big candle that I have the other day, the 3 woodwick one that I got like at Target or something years ago that I found in the garage. That one's gone. So anyway, I got to order some more candles. So I trimmed the wick on this already, which I guess I was calling a wax trimmer yesterday. People were commenting on that I called it a wax trimmer. I meant a wick trimmer. Y'all don't know by now that I say everything wrong in all my videos. I don't say one thing right in any of my videos. Okay, so I told Alex, I said I'm gonna watch all the movies for the Academy Awards. So next year, if you guys want to join with me, as soon as the nominations come out for the Academy, and there will be a vlog next year because next year is the 10th year of the vlog. Okay, so next year we're gonna have to do everything big. So next year, oh, maybe we'll have like a live Oscar party. No, probably not, because I like to just watch Oscars. But, I mean, when I watch them, I like to just kind of sit and watch them. Everyone's like, what? I am going to do, sometime this month, probably a live vlog. The thing is, no matter what time I do, it'll be wrong for somebody. Like, somebody last night, I think it was Dee, was like, oh, I wish you would, like, do late night videos. I mean, if I do a late night vlog, like live vlog, then the people that are up late will love it, but the people that aren't up late will be like, I can't watch it because I'm not up late. You know what I mean? So there is no good time to do it. I don't know, maybe I'll do like one later and one earlier, like I'll switch back and forth between like months. But I think I'm gonna try to like live stream more on this channel and also on my Peter Monn channel. So like at least once a month, try to like live stream. And I will let you guys know in advance when I'm gonna do it. It's not like I'm just gonna pop up. Like at least 2 days in advance, I will. And I'll put it on my community tab too. So pay attention to my community tab. You know, if you're subscribed to my channels, then you'll know when those things are going on. I don't post hardly ever on my community tab, but But if you want to subscribe to me, that would make me really happy, so I thank you. But anyway, I hardly ever say that in my videos. It's so weird to me when I watch videos where people are like, please like and subscribe to this video. I'm like, I never, ever say that. I think I said it last week in like a Peter Watches TV channel video, and I almost never say it. And can I tell you what is so crazy about it? I said it, and I don't think I gained 1 subscriber. I don't think it works. I don't think... People are like, no. It's like, it reminds people to subscribe to your channel. I'm like, if people want to subscribe to your channel, they're going to subscribe to your channel, you know? But anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, so next year, I'm going to watch all the movies for the Academy Awards. And if you guys want to watch them with me, you can. Okay, so let's get to last night. So that was today. Alex is over at his friend's house. He's not going to be over there late because he's just hanging out with her and her daughter. And so he was like, yeah, I'm just going to, because he didn't want to like, you know, he was like, I don't really feel like taking a nap. So he was just going to sit here and watch. He finished last night Suits, the first season, and he's now on to the second season of Suits. So last night, when I got everything done, and I was kind of like, oh, I was reading and stuff like that. Oh, so, was that before the movie? Yeah, so last night, you guys, it came to an end. It came to an end. I put the book cover back on it. I finished Comfort of Crows last night. So many people have reached out to me, I mean, in DMs, and I posted actually a picture of this last night. And so many people have DM'd me and said they bought this book. Okay, I just want to say, like I said this yesterday, this book is not for everybody. This book, I put on my Instagram post, it changed me. Like, this book literally changed me. But it, like, I don't know that I think it's for everybody. Like, I don't think that, I think it has a lot to do with, I almost kind of think, in all honesty, the perfect age to read this book is like 60. Which, you know, obviously I'm 52, not 60, but it's a lot of reflection back on, I mean, she talks a lot about being in the third and final phase of her life, and it's a lot about looking back on, like, raising kids and stuff like that. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. I just don't know that if I had read it at, like, 35, it would have hit the same way that it hit me at 52, you know, having gone through a lot of loss and change and things like that. I don't know. It's a very inspiring book, but I will also say it's very sad. I mean, when you get to the end of it, so it starts on winter and it ends on fall, and so it has 13 weeks of each or something like that. And as I was getting to the end, and I knew, like, I only had, like, a couple, like, it was like, I think it was like, I had like 12 and 13. How many weeks? Or I think she does 13 weeks for each of them, right? And she goes by, like, not like Peter Monn's calendar of, like, a Christmas and what. She goes by, like, the actual calendar of, like, you know, of the, what do you call it, the changing of seasons. You know, like, the beginning of summer is, like, June 21st for her. Like, that's what she goes for and stuff like that. If you're going to read it, read the author's acknowledgments and the author's note, because it's just as beautifully written. But how many, okay, so she does 13 weeks for each. So the last one is called The Thing with Feathers. I literally was ugly crying at the end of it. She talks about, I mean, the very last sentence of it is, something flutters inside of me, something that feels a little bit like hope. And you know, it's just, the book is, you know when you, like, hear a song, or you see a movie, or you read a book at, like, the moment that, like, you really needed to hear it? This book came into my life. You know, I bought it in September because it was Reese's Book Club. And I was like, oh, that's kind of different. And then it came, and I just was like, I can't tell you how many times I started this, 3 or 4 times. And I would get a chapter in, and I would be like, I don't really care about, like, I mean, the first chapter is about, like, look at the roots under the tree. And I was like, this is not, I mean, I'm not about all this. This is, like, a book that I would, like, DNF, do not finish, and, like, put up on the bookshelf and think it's a pretty cover. And it changed me so profoundly. This book, it's been a long time since I've read a book where I felt so seen. So I finished this last night. That's what I did. What was Alex doing? I think, oh, I got done vlogging and Alex was asleep. This is what happened. So I got done vlogging last night, and Alex was upstairs. At some point, he had, like, taken his AirPods out and went to sleep. And so I went upstairs, and I was like, oh, you're asleep. I said, I wonder why I didn't hear you moving around up here. And he goes, your voice is just so relaxing. I said, oh, thank you. So anyway, I said, are you wanting to nap a little? I mean, at this point, it was early because I vlogged early yesterday. And I said, are you like wanting to sleep through the night? He's like, no, I want to get up. And I said, he's like, is there something that you want to watch? And I said, well, I really like to watch this movie, The Gorge. And it looks like something that you would like because he likes like action thrillers and stuff. Although he's kind of changed and he really is liking like rom-coms and stuff a lot now. He doesn't really like the horror movies as much anymore. So he used to. But he still likes like the religious horror movies like The Nun and stuff like that. But anyway, he used to love anything. But so I said, he was like, oh yeah, like I think, he's like, I think I might want to watch that. And I said, okay. And I said, are you want to sleep a little bit longer? And he goes, well, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm getting my vlog up and then I'm going to read for a little bit if you want to sleep. At this point, it was, I don't remember what time I got done vlogging yesterday. It was between 5:30 and 6. I think it was like closer to 6. And he said, he was like, okay, I don't remember what time it was. But anyway, I finished reading at like quarter till 8 o'clock. I don't know, sometime in there. And he said, because I like had it was getting dark and I had my like lights around my neck and I sat over the chair. I lit all these candles last night while he was upstairs sleeping. I turned the fan on for him. So I got done with Comforter Crows last night, bawled my eyes out. Then, this is the graphic novel that I'm reading. You can see I'm like halfway through it right now. I'm loving it. I'm going to finish this tonight. It's really short. It's totally not what I thought it was going to be at all. I thought it was going to be like action and murder and all this kind. It's not. So it's called My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Okay, so it's about this girl that goes to treatment. She meets this guy and she doesn't want to stay sober and she's like a bad influence, but like he wants to stay sober and they're both like rich and they come from these rich families and they go to this treatment center that's like $5,000 a month or $5,000 a week, which is pretty astronomical for a treatment facility. I mean, that's like lifestyles of the rich and famous treatment facilities. But when she's talking about her heroes have all been junkies, she references so many singers in this. Like this, she was actually just talking about it. She's talking about this guy that after her mom passed away, her mom and dad were addicts. And so her mom is like, this guy takes care of her. She doesn't really explain who he is. But she's talking about Graham Parsons from the Byrds, his duets with Emmylou Harris, and how much he loved heroin, and then his friend stole his coffin and burned him in the desert. And then she's talking about going down the list of my tragic junkie heroes: Judy Garland, Marilyn Monroe, Janis Joplin, Bowie, of course, Montgomery Clift, Lenny Bruce. And then she says, did you know Winston Churchill was addicted to speed during World War II? I mean, she goes on and on and on. So, like, it's really about, like, how much she knows about famous people that were addicts. It's really good, but, like, not what I expected at the moment. So I'm going to finish this tonight. So last night, I got done with that. Then Alex and he came downstairs and he heated up some food. And I was like, are you wanting to watch something? He's like, yeah, we can watch whatever. And I said, well, we haven't watched a movie in a while. And I said, I really want to watch this movie, but if you want to watch, continue. We're both kind of not really in. Is that my neighbor's dog barking? We're both kind of like not really into Traders New Zealand. I mean, we're going to finish it, but. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I enjoy watching it because I enjoy watching any Traders, but it's not that good, you know? It's kind of cheesy. So I was like, do you want to watch that? I said, or this movie, The Gorge. And he's like, where's it on? And I said, Apple. I'd actually watched somebody, so I'm subscribed to a lot of these like TV channels. I'll watch and see what other people, like I won't watch, it's like on my drama channel. Like if I'm covering something about like, let's say like Jaclyn Hill or Jeffree Star, like, and somebody else does the exact same video as me, I won't watch their video until after I film my video because I don't want my opinion or my, you know, what I have to say to be affected by somebody else's drama channel. I used to watch a lot of videos and then go into mine. I don't do that anymore. I just say what I have to say and then I'll watch the videos afterwards. But in all honesty, I don't really watch that many like drama videos. I mean, when I'm done with it, I'm kind of like, I've said my piece. I don't, you know, unless it's like a really interesting topic, then I'll watch like a couple drama videos about it and stuff like that. But I don't really watch as many as that. But I do watch quite a few, and you guys have recommended quite a few of them to me, like Bravo channels. But recently I have found channels that are very similar to my Peter Watches TV channel. I mean, they cover almost the exact same shows I do, like the Netflix shows, the Apple shows, true crime. I mean, it's weird, like, and they've been around a lot longer than I have. So we have very similar tastes. I can't even think of the names right now, but there's like 3 or 4 of them. So this guy had done, I can't think of what his name is. You know what? Let me look it up and I'll tell you. Because I like his reviews, and he doesn't... What is going on with my mouse? He doesn't get tons and tons of views on his channel, and I think I really like his reviews. Okay. Oh, here's the one guy that I really like. The So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. He did... Oh, he's got Bergie on here from The Traders. An hour ago, oh, was this about The Traders? He's doing... Okay, so it's like apparently he's got some huge podcasts. Okay. So, The Gorge reaction. This is why I really got into it. So this guy, he did this reaction to it. Where is his name? Let me see if it'll pull up his name. I mean, it's been out for so long. He has his pictures in. There's a lot of people that do like movie and TV reactions. Why is this guy's name? You know, I think the way I found him was I put in TV reactions. What is this? Oh, I've watched this so many times. This teaser for Titanic 2 that's totally fake. I always get... Every time... Do you ever do that? Like, I always feel like that Titanic 2 is really coming out and they're going to do it. It's like such a fake. And then I watch it and it's so bad. Okay. TV reactions. So I'll tell you guys the ones that I'm subscribed to that I watch. Okay. What is this pulling up? Okay. TV show reactions? Maybe that's what I put in. Oh, where is it at? Nope, nope. Don't know these people. Don't know these people. Don't know these people. It's interesting because some of these people get tons and tons of views. I want to see what she gets on her views because her thumbnails are, like, if you think my thumbnails are bad, hers are really bad. Oh, she gets pretty good views for her thumbnails. What does she do on her channel? Let's see. Before I shout her out, I don't want to say anything about her. Oh, she's posting like 2 videos a day, Star Trek. Oh man, she gets good views on her channel. See, this is kind of what I want to do. I'm going to subscribe to her and check her out later. Jen Murray. I don't know anything about her. I'm not going to watch Star Trek, but she did Star Trek, then she did The World's End, first time watching movie reaction. But she goes back and she does like Seinfeld episodes. Okay, I love that. So like I want to pick a show. Like here she does Seinfeld season 3, 21, and 22, and she's reacting to it. And then here she does Seinfeld. I mean, she's getting 21,000 views on these. She's got like 94,000 subscribers. These thumbnails are good. These thumbnails are cute. Oh, she did a reaction to As Good As It Gets. Oh, she does a lot of older reactions to movies. The Great Escape. I want to do that. I want to go back and watch some old movies and do reactions to it. The Karate Kid 2. Oh, I'm going to check out her channel. I think I'm going to like her. Okay, so anyway, check. Oh, does she wear on her Star Trek outfits? Did she wear a Star Trek? Wait, on her Star Trek reviews, does she wear a Star Trek outfit? Or is it just a jacket? I can't tell. Looks like she has a Star Trek outfit on her Star Trek reviews. How cute is that? Okay, so I'm going to check her out. Jen Murray. I just subscribed to her. I don't know anything about her, but we'll see. Okay, but that's not who I was going to tell you guys about. Okay. I don't know who that person is. Where is it? Dexter. People are doing Dexter. First time watching. Should I do Dexter? Oh, I should do Dexter. I've never watched Dexter for the first time. Okay, I'm going to keep a list. I'll keep it in my phone, but I'm going to write it down. First time watching. Dexter. That might be one of the shows. Gilmore Girls. See, I would do Seinfeld, like she's doing. You know what I should do? Oh my God, you know what I should do? Friends. Because we only watch it when I'm with Alex. So I've never watched it like straight through from the beginning. Maybe it should be Friends that I should do. I'll be there for you. Should I do Friends? Okay. Where's her thing again? I want to see. You, Me, Hannibal TV show. Somebody's. Okay, here she is. What does she call it when she reacts to a show for the first time? Videos. Does she say first time watching? First time watching, she does. Movie reaction. I guess they all say that? Okay. Who's this one? Hannibal TV show. You, Me, and the Movies. Don't know this person. Okay, never seen this person before. I'm having so much fun on my TV channel. It's just like how many different, oh, what is this? Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws. First time watching. Oh, I love her thumbnail. Okay. Oh my God, first time watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. First time watching, I gotta see how they do this. Are they like watching it while, oh they are! They're doing live reactions. Oh, I don't wanna do all that. How do you even do that? How do you do that with like, how do you get the movie rights to do that? Is that what the other person does that I was talking about? Here, I like her channel though. We're gonna, you, me, and the movie. You guys, I am sitting here looking at all this stuff and my camera completely turned off. So I did not realize that I was like so in it. So I don't know what you guys, how much you, like, I don't know when the camera shut off. The last time it happened, I looked, I was like, oh, it shut off way before I thought it did. So I'm back in this Jen Murray's channel, which I really like. And she does these reactions like the other channel did, where she's watching the movie and she's live reacting to it. It's like her picture is like in a bubble down here and then the screen's up there. But what I am trying to figure out is, how does she get away? How does she get around copyright with like a movie? Does anybody know? Like, it doesn't say anything here in her description box about copyright. It says reaction edited. The World's End Movie Review. Does anybody know how you get around it? Let me see that other channel if they have anything about copyright in there, because I would love to know how to do that. Oh, here it is. You, Me, and the Movies. Okay, let's just look at this. Oh, Ready Player One, they just watched. I love that movie. What does it say in their description box? Okay. Oh, people request movies and they, okay. Oh, maybe it's because they just show like part of it. Oh, copyright disclaimer, okay. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes. Okay, so if you're doing react, well, that's what fair use is. But I feel like it's because it's so much of a video. Like, you're watching a whole movie, right? No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to the respective owners. I guess that's how you get around it, is like, so, I mean, they're literally on video the entire time reacting to it. So this husband and wife, they're like in the corners, like in these bubbles. And then it like shows them, they have like multiple camera angles. And it shows them on the couch. They have like these movie seats. It's really cute, you guys. He's got a Back to the Future t-shirt on and a cowboy hat. And so they're like watching it. I don't feel like it starts like where the movie starts though. People have been asking me to do more reaction stuff. Should I start an 8th channel called Peter's Reactions, and then I just react to the most random BS? That would be so funny, wouldn't it? Like old YouTube videos and stuff. Okay, so anyway, I still haven't found this guy that I was going to shout out to you guys. So anyway, but I have found 2 new channels that I really, really like. Oh, here's another channel, Reelin' with Asia and BJ. They're doing, these are all like reaction, like they are all watching the whole episode. Dexter. They're all set up the exact same way. They're in these like round things in the bottom. This must be like the new thing. Now they're not getting, well, Dexter's not getting, but they're all watching for the first time like Enemy of the State. How are they shorter though? Like Spaceballs, their video is 55 minutes. I want to look this up and see, because they must edit parts out. How long is Spaceballs? See, Spaceballs is 1 hour and 36 minutes, but their video is, do they do the Patreon where they do the whole thing? Do they all do that? I mean, that's smart. Patron shoutouts, they do. So they must all do... They've got the copyright disclaimer on here too, for fair use. I mean, it is absolutely fair use because they're reacting to a video. I don't understand. I think this would be fun to do. It's all the same setup. I'm going to subscribe to them too. I like watching this kind of stuff. It makes me, it's just, I don't know, especially just like having the background, listen to what people are saying. Halo TV reactions. Okay. Dr. Mike reacts to, does anybody watch him anymore? Reacts to TV medical emergencies. Okay. Why can't I find this one channel I was talking about? Chucky TV series reactions, movie fusion. Okay, what's this channel? Okay, let's look and see. One day ago, Yellow Jackets. 1.8 reaction. What does 1.8 mean? Oh, season 1, episode 8. Yeah, it says right here. Yellow Jackets, season 1, episode 8, Fly the Bumblebee. Okay. Okay, so you can, they all do the same thing. So you sign up for their Patreon for, oh, my battery's at the halfway mark, for the uncut version. So this is the edited version. Okay, so he's sitting at a computer. I don't know anything about this dude. He's got it on in the screen down below. I even remember this episode. So he's got it like down in a screen. Like down here. And he's like watching it. So you're going to see his live reactions. I don't know anything about him either, but I'll subscribe. I like these. Well, maybe that'll be the next thing I do. We'll see. I do like doing the reactions. See, this is what just happened to me. Now I feel like my reactions aren't good enough. Now I have to watch this stuff live. See, I just like to watch TV. That's a little too much for me. I don't know. That's I mean, maybe to watch like a movie, you know, a day or whatever. And I mean, I would have to have some kind of setup. I couldn't just like sit on my bed. We'll plan for that down the road. Anyway, I don't know what that guy's name is. But anyway, so last night, Alex came downstairs to heat up the food, asked him what he wanted to watch. We ended up watching The Gorge on Apple. So I liked it. I liked The Gorge. It's interesting because I put it up on my new Instagram for my TV and movie and stuff like that stuff. And people, like the DMs that I got, a lot of people were like, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. The acting was bad. I thought it was cheesy. I don't know. I didn't go into it thinking that deeply about it, if you want to know the truth. I went into it going, so it's about these two people that are on either side of this gorge, okay? And they're doing like, they're like snipers and they're doing some kind of like protecting something international that's like, you don't know what's down there. Although I knew it was going to be like aliens or something because it had to be. So anyway. But I really just went into it to find out what's in the gorge and do they fall in love, is what I really wanted to know. I didn't go into it that deep. Alex and I both liked it. We thought it was good. It was fast-paced. It was 2 hours long, but it didn't feel like that. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. Would I give it a 10 out of 10? No. Do I think that it's with the guy from Maverick? And I don't know who the woman, I don't know who, I've never seen her. Alex said he had seen her in something else. I can't remember what. But anyway, I thought it was good. I thought the special effects were fantastic, actually, in it for an Apple movie. Did I think that it was... I mean, the special effects were, like, blockbuster, like, effects. I thought they were really good. It really gave me vibes, and I looked it up, that it came from, like, a video game. It said it did not come from a video game. It said that it came from several ideas of several different video games, but it didn't directly come from one video game. I'm, like, worried about this battery dying, because I want to go and get another battery, but I'm like, when's it going to die? But we thought it was good. We thought it was cute. And so then after that, I don't remember what we watched. Was last night? Last night was Saturday night. What did we watch after that? I think it was like, it was late. And so after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to lay down for a little bit. So he was going to stay down here and watch Suits. He ended up coming upstairs. And so, he came upstairs and he was like, I like to sit next to you. I like I'm watching TV while you're napping and stuff. It was sweet. So, he watched Suits and I took a nap for like an hour. I texted Nikki before and I said, when I get up, we'll do puzzles. So when I got up, oh, okay. So before he came down here, I read for like 2.5 hours. I finished, what's it called? Come for the Crows. I read like 10 pages out of that. I'm going to read the other one. And then I finished Pop Goes the Weasel, the Alex Cross novel. So I finished the 5th one. So I had the 6th one left. So Nikki and I were talking about how we're going to do all these puzzles last night. We had like a 144, a 100, a 225. We had long puzzles, and we were going to do puzzles for like an hour. And I was like, I really wanted to start an audiobook. So I was like, you know what? I haven't read any, or I haven't listened to any of the Alex Cross novels yet on Audible. And Mel has listened to them all on Audible. So she told me, she said, each narrator is completely different. It's not like they don't have a consistent narrator. She was like, some are good, some are horrible. So I was like, I'm gonna get the 6 books so that way by Monday I can have it done by Monday. Definitely. And then I can listen to it last night, I can listen to it today. So I downloaded Roses Are Red, which is the 6th book in the Alex Cross series. And I started listening to it last night while we were doing puzzles. And then I listened to a little bit more of it last night when I got done watching TV before I went to bed. And I currently have of Roses Are Red. I think it's like 8 hours and 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something. I have an hour and 55 minutes left. So I will be finishing Roses Are Red tonight. I don't know what I think about the narrator. I don't think the narrator is horrible. Does it say on here who it is? Mel said some of the narrators don't even make sense. The world's #1 detective. It doesn't say on here who narrates it. Oh, I guess I could look in here for title details. Hold on. I don't think it's anybody famous. Peter J. Fernandez. No. I like it. I really liked Pop Goes the Weasel. It's probably one of my favorites so far. But yeah, so I'm listening to it on Audible. In all honesty, like, the thing is, I have so many James Patterson books that I want to read. Like, this whole bookshelf up there, do you see? I have right there, and there's a whole bag behind the chair as well. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 James Patterson books. I can't see how many of them are Alex Cross novels, but I think there's only like 3 up there that are Alex Cross novels, if even that. So I want to get into some of those. So I might, going forward, listen to the Alex Cross novels on Audible. I haven't decided yet. But I'm excited about getting this done and starting, like, you know, I have so many Audible books downloaded, so starting that. And then when I finish, that will be, well, this will be my 20 and 21st book for the year. So my plan of reading 10 books a month, I'm going into like the first full week of March having read 21 books. So I'm like on track for my books this year. I'm very proud of that. Oh, this is what I was going to say earlier. I made this list of videos last night, and can I just tell you guys, I have so many TV videos. I have literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I actually took a lot of true crime videos off there. Like, I think I took the Jenks off there finally, and like 5 or 6 true crime documentaries because it had been so long. And then book videos, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos to do on there. So I should be posting a lot of videos this week. My Peter Does Stuff video, I have 4. Review, I have 4 on there. That I didn't even look in my closet to see what I have. And then drama videos, I have 3 on there. But drama videos, I kind of wait until stuff happens. So I've got a full week of video making, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, so then Alex, after my nap, I got up and when did I talk to Tanya? Oh, I talked to Tanya right before I laid down because Tanya texted me. I called her and she didn't answer. She and Eric were watching a movie. She said getting ready to play cards. She was getting ready to play cards with Eric. And so then she texted me last night at 10:41. So that was like right before I laid down. And she said, did you like Showgirl? Showgirl. So I was in bed and I called her and I said, do you mean the last Showgirl? She started laughing. She's like, yeah. I go, it's a Tanya Peter movie. It's not an Eric movie. Her husband wouldn't like it. He'd be bored with it. She's like, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And I said, but we just watched The Gorge because I already watched it. I go, Tanya, she's like, yeah, Eric and I just watched it too. And I was like, I can't ever tell you anything. She watches all the shows, all the movies before they come out. So anyway, talked to Tanya for a little bit while I was laying in bed. Alex was so funny. He was like, tell Tanya I said hi. So anyway, and so then I laid down. When I got up, Alex was still watching Suits. I thought he stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning last night, but he said he went to bed after the episode that he was watching. So I got up and I came downstairs and trimmed all the wicks on my candles and lit what do you call it? I actually found some more candles in the garage, you guys, last night. I was going through the garage looking for stuff, and I found like a box, and it's under all of my PO unboxing stuff, which I'm going to do that video probably tomorrow. So I couldn't move the box, and I didn't realize I had these candles under there. And what I can see, I have like 4 or 6 Christmas candles that I ordered like in fall time. I think they're Goose Creek candles, which are not my favorites, but I've got to go through. I thought I was done with all these Christmas candles, but now I have like 4 to 6 out there. So I brought one in that was like balsam pine or something. Yeah, they are Goose Creek, because I brought it in last night. It was a Goose Creek balsam pine one. Or I don't know what it's called, Christmas tree or balsam pine or something like that, but I lit that one last night because Nikki was like, can you still do Christmas scents? I said, it's winter. I can still do winter scents. I said, until I get those done, you know? So I didn't realize those candles are out there. the garage has like all these treasures and surprises out there. So anyway, so talked to Nikki, and then I downloaded Roses Are Red, and I started it, and then we did last night. How many puzzles did we do last night? We did puzzles for an hour and a half. This one puzzle took us so long to do. Hold on a second. We did 1, 2, 3. We did 3 puzzles. So the first puzzle, I don't think it says on here how, so many of you guys are reaching out to me telling me how much you love the puzzle apps, which I really appreciate. I wish they would reach out to me for a sponsorship, but that has not happened. As if. Okay. So the first puzzle that we did, which puzzle was this? I don't remember now. Oh, it was this trolley train. See, I don't really know what the pictures are. Nikki looks at the pictures. I don't really look at the pictures except for when we start it. Does it say on here how many pieces it was before? No. I can tell by... Oh, I said to her after that one. I think that first one was like 100 or 144. I said, that was fun, LOL. The next one is 225. And she said, oh my God, are you ready? And I said, hold on. And I was getting like... what was I doing? I was like doing something with the candles. I can't remember. I said, okay, go. And she said, okay. And I said, girl, this is hard. Oh, this was the 225 one. And she said, girl, I can't find my last piece. And she sent me this picture of it. It was like spaghetti and different kinds of pasta and tomatoes. It was so hard. And she had one piece left. She couldn't find it. Because like sometimes they get like, you pulled it up and then you forgot to put it back and it's just there. I said, oh my God, I have like 30 pieces left. And then she sent it to me and she goes, ha ha ha, that was hard. And then I said, oh my God, I lost 2 pieces, LOL. I hated that one. And then I finished it. She goes, same. So anyway, that was fun. So then what did I watch last night? Oh, we got done reading, or listened to Roses Are Red and doing the puzzles. And then when we got done with that, I watched Matlock. It was late by that point. But I feel like I watched something else other than Matlock last night, weekly TV. I watched Matlock last night. What else did I watch? Had I watched Elsbeth already? I watched it the night before. White Lotus, Yellow Jackets. Haven't started Yellow Jackets. The only thing I haven't watched from this week that I need to is Southern Hospitality. Oh, so I went in and I watched Ghosts. I was at the beginning of the second episode. I thought it was like halfway through, and I watched episode 2, 3, and 4. I'm loving that show, you guys. I'm loving the show Ghosts. It's corny, but it's so cute. So it's based on the UK one. A lot of people have messaged me and been like, the UK one is so much better, so I'll check the UK one out. It's really easy. It's like 30-minute episodes, but the episode really like 22 minutes. I think 21 minutes. So, I mean, you can watch like 3 episodes in an hour. I could have literally last night, I was so into it. I'm so into the characters. It's about this couple that moves into this estate, like in upstate New York, and it has all these ghosts in there, and then she falls and hits her head, and so she can see the ghosts, but her husband can't. It's so cool. When people were messaging me about it last night, I kept on saying the same thing. It's corny but cute. It is corny but cute. It kind of reminds me of a cozy mystery, like Nikki said that. But I'm loving it. I'm so loving it, and I don't know, it's just settling my mind, and... Last night after I finished Comfort of Crows, I sat outside and I just kind of like was in my head and, you know, just like thinking about a lot of different things and peace and serenity and just, I don't know how loved I feel in life, and I feel so like surrounded by love. And the battery is flashing. Hold on, let me get another battery. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm not going to vlog for a whole lot longer. I didn't realize it was almost 6 o'clock, so finishes up here in just a little bit. Yeah, but I sat outside last night after I read that book. I think that's when I called and talked to Tanya. I don't remember. Anyway, I know I called to talk to my sponsor. Today is her sobriety birthday, so. But I sat outside and I just was thinking about, like, how blessed I feel by the people that I have in my life. That I just feel like, I don't know, the people in my life, I just feel like I'm surrounded by so much love. And even on YouTube, like, YouTube's such a huge part of my life. I think I spend so much time making videos, and you guys reach out to me, you watch my videos, you give me comments, and a lot of you direct message me and things like that. There's so many of you guys that, I just remember something I have to tell you that's funny. Anyway, like on YouTube and in my personal life, I just feel so surrounded by love, and I just am so incredibly grateful for that. You guys have no idea. I mean, just when you guys reach out to me and say things like, oh my God, I'm watching that show too, or so many people have said thank you for starting the Peter Watches TV channel, because they've gotten a lot of like suggestions for shows off of that channel, and a lot of people have been like, oh, you know, like this and that, and people are just so nice, and, you know, we'll ask about like how Alex is doing, and I don't know, people are just really, really sweet and genuine. And, you know, I think, like, in my life, there have been times when I have, many times, you know, in childhood, high school, college, I mean, last 5 years, there's been so many times that I have chosen to lean into negativity, or not even necessarily fear, worry, which that's a normal part of all of it, right? But I think that knowing that, and I'm not gonna always do this, but knowing that I have an option to do something different, and being so surrounded by love, that I have a choice to lean into love, you know, and what do I choose to lean into? And in my personal life, being so surrounded by it, and I hope I give people the same thing back, and on YouTube, you guys, what you give me, and I hope that I give it back to you as well. I mean, it's miraculous. There was something, now that I'm sitting here talking about this, from The Comfort of Crows, that I really wanted to reference, and now I don't remember what it was. So hold on, let me look at the last couple chapters of this book. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. So this whole chapter, she talks about holiness in here. She's talking about her grandma being a lifelong Baptist, and then she became a Methodist. And then she's talking about in here, it's not a religious book. I mean, it references religion from time to time, but it's not a religious book, if that offends you. But it does talk about religion and church and things like that from time to time. But she's talking in here about the Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And she's like, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all the work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord. And she's like, why does it have to be a Sunday? And she was like, in today's time, she was like, she answers emails and does all this work on Sundays. She's like, I don't know anybody today. She's like, but when I was growing up, she was like, my grandma wouldn't, other than, like, she would have her meal prepared for Sunday dinner. Like, she wouldn't do anything, like, cut the peas or anything. Like, she wouldn't even, like, trim up and she's talking about this, like, how seriously people took that on Sundays. And it wasn't because, what is she saying here? You didn't question it. It was because the Lord said it. And she was like, and I don't know. And she said, what if resting all by itself is the real act of holiness? You know, and she talks about honoring the gift of, like, looking at just resting in this world and being present in that moment, which I really, really needed to hear, which was so great. And then she's talking about the fall light, and she can't, oh, this was interesting. She's talking about the changing of the time, and she talks about Hawaii and Arizona being the only times, and she said, what's so funny about it, she talks about the end, and I never really thought about this before, right? Well, it's kind of sad, but she's talking about how, like animals are not aware of, like, you know, daylight savings times. And so for them, it's like your pets will come to you at 5 o'clock because they're, you know, or at, like, let's say if time goes back at 4 o'clock, because to them it's 5 o'clock and they're ready to eat. And you're like, no, it's not time yet. But to them it's time, you know, because they're not used to it. Which is interesting, because when Boo was sick with his medicine, I can remember on that Facebook group, a lot of people would be talking about, like, that thread, a lot of people would be like, what do you do with daylight savings time, you know? We never made it there, so. But I can remember Alex and I were trying to figure out what we were going to do with that as well. And there's a whole story about this snail in here, and this whole idea of raking leaves. I love that she talks about this. And then she talks about, is this the last chapter of the Mast Year? No. The Mast Year is like when, like, the night is failing. She talks about insomnia. Ode to a Dark Season. The Thing with Feathers. She's talking about how it's hard to go into winter. I think this is so true. She's like, as you get older, it's hard to go into winter and not equate winter to death a little bit. But then she says something in here that I love. And she says, but instead, what she tries to do is she tries to look at it she says to her husband, she says, I don't think I can leave. I say in the dark, how could we ever leave? And she says in here, about her sons growing up there, riding their bike, and she's talking about this. And she's talking about, like, who would take care of the animals in the neighborhood. But she says, like, what if she found a cabin? All of her friends are moving. Like, they're selling their houses in the suburbs and whatever. And she said, I tear up at the very thought of leaving this house full of memories. The neighborhood full of friends. And then she talks about the babies and... What does she talk about? I think of the neighbors whose children grew up with ours. For all these years, we have fed each other's dogs and watered each other's tomatoes and seen each other through terrible struggles. She goes on to talk about her wild neighbors. And she talks about how neighbors who became friends. And it's so beautifully done. One of the things that's really hard is that, so I started following her on Instagram. Throughout this whole book, there is her dog Rascal is in it. And her dog Rascal just passed away last year. She posted a picture of him. And it's so cute, like, to see his picture on there. And then, like, when I was looking through her pictures and it said Rascal had passed away. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm reading this in real time about Rascal. And she talked about him being like this rescue and how they rescued him and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know, reading that last night, or finishing that last night, it felt weird. It's like, you know, usually when I'm at the end of a book, I'm kind of looking forward to the next one. But ending that book last night, I felt like it felt completely cathartic and therapeutic. Like I needed to go through that journey of reading that book. I don't even really know how to explain it other than that. I mean, it profoundly impacted me. Anyway, I wanted to say this, tell you guys this funny story before I get off here. So, Sigourney Weaver is in The Gorge, okay? I won't tell you what part she plays. But anyway, we were laying in bed last night before I was getting ready to take a nap, and Alex was turning on Suits, and we were talking, and I said, oh, I love Sigourney Weaver so much. And he was like, this is the teasing that Alex and I do. He was like, oh, I do too. And I go, I can still remember her, like the very first movie I ever saw her in was Alien. And I said, I was like 8 when that movie came out. And he goes, you were 8 when Alien came out? He goes, there's no way. And I go, what do you mean there's no way? And he goes, well, I remember watching it for the first time when I was like in middle school. I go, well, you may have watched it for the first time when I was in middle school. I go, but the movie Alien, the original, came out when I was 8. And he goes, no, there's no way. And I can just see him over there already. He's like on his phone. And I go, well, the reason that I remember it, I said, because my mom's best friend at the time lived across the street. Her daughter, Jessie, was one of my best friends in the street. Jessie and Katie. Katie was the girl next door. And I said, and when my mom, like I'd stay at their house, or Jessie would stay at our house, her brother would stay at somebody else's house. And so I said, Jessie was staying with my mom and I because her mom and stepdad were out of town. And I said, and we were watching Alien for the very first time. And my mom had made spaghetti. And I can see us in the TV room on the L-shaped couch. It's downstairs in the basement. This is how my memory works, right? And I said, and I can remember us sitting on that L-shaped couch. Jessie was like 2 years older than me. And it's me and my mom and Jessie watching Alien, the original. It's the part where the alien comes out of her stomach. And we're like, ew! And we're like, spaghetti! And it was like this joke for years about aliens and your spaghetti. And I go, and that's how I know I was like 7, 8, or 9. Alex looks it up and I go, what year did it come out? He goes, 1979. I go, oh, I would have been 7. I go, so I guess I'm right because you're math. I go, blame it on Jessie and spaghetti. I go, because that's what I remember. All my memories are attached. This is where people are like, how do you remember that stuff? If my memory is not attached to like some kind of story, then I don't remember it, or I don't remember it well. But if it's attached to a story, I usually kind of do remember it, you know? But anyway, we got laughing so hard about that. Anyway, all right, well, I'm going to get off here now. He actually probably should be home soon. So, we're going to watch White Lotus tonight. Does it come out at a certain time, or do they still release it on Sundays? I don't really know how this streaming stuff works. What time? I think it comes out at 9. Time does White Lotus? Here it says air. We'll see. No, we want episode 3. Episode 3. Episode 3. 9 p.m. tonight. Well, all right. I'll be right in the middle of the Oscars. Do we care? How about 4? Are they releasing 4 tonight too? Let's see. What time do episodes? 9 p.m. They might release 2. We don't know. If they do, I'll love it. So that'll be what we watch. Oh, the White Lotus Season 3 episode release guide. Here we go on Deadline. That one girl that's in it, Alex knows her from all kinds of stuff, but she was in that show Popular back in the day. Do you remember that? I love that show. Okay. Where's the release schedule? Watch on Deadline. I don't know what Deadline is to watch it on, but release schedule. Okay, episode 3. No, episode 4. Oh, there's 8 episodes total. So episode 4 comes out on the 9th. That's next week. Well, that sucks. Well, that sucks. Anyway. All right, I'm going to get off here now. Get this up. I still have How Long is Spaceballs? I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I could do a reaction to that movie. I don't think I ever saw that movie all the way through. If I did, it was because I was at somebody's house. They're like, let's watch Spaceballs. I don't even remember. What year did Spaceballs come out? That's going to be the real test right there. Okay, because I don't even know. What year did... Was that with John Candy? I think it was. Didn't they just, somebody comment on that? Come out. This is 1987. So I would have, I'm almost positive I didn't watch that. What was the movie about the beer? Movie, Canadian, it was like a Canadian movie about beer. Why do I remember that movie? My dad liked that movie about beer. Strange Brew, here it is right here. Oh my God. My dad liked that movie. What year did that come out? 1983. You know all the best movies came out in the 80s, don't you? All right, I'm going to get off here now before I fall down a rabbit hole with 80s movies. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday and that you're getting rested and relaxed, rejuvenated and refreshed for the week ahead. And we're going to have a great week this week. It's going to be a good week. We're going to be productive, but we're also going to be mindful, peaceful, serene, and we're going to relax when we are able to relax. Reset when we are able to reset. If we are going to start our day over or our week over if we need to. And we're going to be positive minded. And we're going to think to ourselves, where am I putting my energy? And if I am putting my energy into things that don't deserve my energy, then we're going to step away from that energy and put our energy into things that do deserve our energy this week. If you're going through a hard time, I'm sending out lots of love and positivity to you. And this too shall pass. And can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, did I do this if nobody else has told you this today? I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.